spills, doesn't wipe it up, misses it with a napkin, bumples the napkin, throws it, and misses the trash can.
I was close.
Roll a die. Show me the one that you're gonna roll.
Oh no.
Oh, the pup!
I wish this was all on recording.
I started the recording the moment he missed the trash can.
That's the cold open right there.
Cold winds. Cold winds rush past you and whistle through the night sky as the spark winds are brilliant and shining above. Thyrus slowly turns to look up at them, staring, before saying, "She's dead. It already happened."
Ooh.
He, motions up at the sky and he's like, "Aldesha."
The moon?
The moon?
Desha? The moon?
Can I point at it?
Yeah, we'll say it's that point in the evening. Thyrus looks up and you see he cocks his eye in confusion. He's like, "That." The Kava and Borel are the moons. How long has it been?
We don't
What?
know.
That's too big of a question for us.
Yeah.
How long has it been since?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say a couple thousand years.
Yeah.
For the first time, he turns his eyes away from the sky and looks around. There's a couple of trees. There's not a whole lot of foliage this high up on the mountain, but it's not an insanely tall mountain. He walks over to one of the few trees here and places a hand on it. And you can hear him kind of muttering to himself as he's like, "The growth has been exponential." Shit. You say Kasovir, he sent you?
Sent in a manner, yes.
Kasovir lives.
Word.
Of course he does.
Petra, by the way. He said that you never leave a friend behind.
Yeah, I guess if time, can just be lengthened as much as you want, sure, as long as you eventually send someone. I don't see him here himself.
He is detained.
Imprisoned?
Good,
Captured?
Sort of.
Being held.
as he
Well-
should be.
The thing is he's being held by Mrazik,
Ezek,
the son of Mirgotha.
Mergotha's pup. I guess it has been some time. He's probably much larger now.
That is an understatement.
He mentioned that you might have something of his mother's.
A tool?
Not anymore. He looks at Brody.
That's so Sonder.
That is your burden to bear now.
So
That's not good.
What? Wait, which one? Was this the Sonder? The sword?
The sword, yes. How many have you fed him so far?
people?
No.
Swords.
Weapons.
One.
Good. Be careful what you feed him. If you cannot handle it, you cannot handle him.
What does that mean?
It means he's gonna
It
become
means
more powerful.
he is a very powerful tool and requires an equally powerful wielder. Otherwise, he will be the wielder and you will be the tool.
Like a Pokemon.
I'm gonna
You have to get gym badges.
nod my head to Curtsy as well.
He looks down, and for the first time, you see like a little wave of sorrow as Thyrus instantly puts together a little walking stone, and he like walks over and kneels down. He's like, "What is your name?" "I'm called Curtsy." Holds his little arms up. Thyrünmoor like picks him up at the edges. And I think Curtsy like awkwardly hangs there for a second before like putting his little vine hands on the sides of his face. And he's like,
I didn't know what would happen.
"I see." Sets him back down. "Curtsy's a good name." "So no more Bromthir. Petra is imprisoned. What of Valira and Aerith?"
We don't.
We
know.
don't know.
Unencountered so far. Could I ask
Are we nervous about all of the sounds that they made whenever we released him? And should we maybe relocate or something? Or do we want to have this conversation here?
"Are you allowed within the elfin village below?"
what's that elf?
Elvin?
What's Elven? I'm like taking notes on all of this, obviously.
Those fucking cowards.
Is an elf like,
Like storybook elves.
They are like otherkin. Yes,
They're
fair of features, long of ears.
long of ears?
Brody, that reminds you of the woman that gave you
only
Sonder.
met one other kid.
You met another kid?
Yeah.
What?
You lived to tell the tale?
Yeah.
Start telling me about
Do
stuff.
you have all the organs that you originally had?
Yeah.
Do you have
Wait, are
any
you the
Looks
real
like he's got
Brody?
extra.
Sometimes they switch.
That's how I got Sander.
Sometimes they switch out children.
But
Maybe
you
you're
didn't
not the real
mention that.
Brody. Is he otherkin? Can you tell? I start poking. Poke.
Only in part, but
What?
mostly he looks human to me, as does this one.
I'm human.
You look like me.
Yes.
Is
Is that strange?
your mom
Yes.
going to come here?
I don't know. She better not. I hope not. We should skedoodle.
We don't. We used to live here, and then we had to go away because it got very dangerous. And last time we came back, we didn't make very many friends. In fact, I would say we may have left a couple of enemies. But
I mean, we took some friends with us.
we
We
did.
did.
Bromthir helped us.
Good.
We got to meet Bromthir.
Bromthir was a dear friend. And only ever wanted to help.
Mm-hmm.
He was good.
I hadn't spoken to Valira for some years. Kosovir was my only visitor in these mountains. I am not much of a people person. I do not... You can only help people and then be spurned by them so many times before it starts to sting.
Oh. I reach into my bag and I pull out a small rock and I hand it to Thyrus. So this was a token of friendship that Bromthir gave us. It was a piece of his heart.
Yes.
It doesn't glow anymore with his power, but he'd probably like you to have it.
Thank you. And you see he like crushes it in his hand and a couple of pieces fall before he opens his hand and there's a little diamond in his palm, which he then sticks in a little pouch on his side.
I could set that in jewelry for you if you want.
That would be nice. I'll hand it to you. You can add 300 gold diamond to your
That's not
inventory.
how we're gonna do
Or
that.
300.
That's not how we're gonna write that down. I'll never remember.
We don't
Where'd I
do
get all this gold from? All
Or,
this
no,
turquoise
a diamond worth 300 quartz.
Or quartz.
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 Yep.
I will never remember.
Quartz, agate, turquoise, pearl.
So, Valera, you said. Oh. What was the last you remembered of them?
Valera, last I remember, we were having an argument because she did not like how many peoples I was bringing from other realms to Nox for safety. She worried it was going to get overcrowded, even though there was plenty of room for others.
You go first.
What other realms and how were you bringing them,
Ask
and what
please.
are these people, and can you tell me everything else you know?
And are you a god?
Please.
Wait, what? What was that last one?
No, you can answer the first ones first if that one sounded silly.
2 realms. One was called Kavora.
Kavora.
There was a group of peoples that it was the first place I stumbled upon in my travels. And there was a group of plants made life, living beings older than any others I have met, older even than elves. They called themselves the Elderkin, and they were being destroyed by the thousands in Kavora, so I brought as many as I could back through the way into Nox.
The way. What's the way?
It is like a doorway.
Is it just like a static doorway? Is it a doorway you could like summon?
It must be opened, yes. They were first, and they had legends of a being called Ereshal that was the Devourer. It was a being of destruction, of pure erasure. And I, in my curiosity, traveled to a few other places. One of them, a very small place, Ferelorn. There were small creatures there, but they stood upright, they looked like animals, but they were also people.
Said Ferelorn?
Yes. They also had legends of this Ereshal, and the knowing mages among them had fear that this being was going to arrive. And I was nearly too late, but I saved as many as I could, and brought the Zonvir to Nox. And they were small and slight, but they were very knowledgeable in both magical arts and physical construction and things. So they fit right in. There was, again, plenty of room. There were swaths of empty forests and continents untouched by humanoid hands that made perfect living places for them. Do they thrive still?
Zombie?
Zonvir do. The Elderkin, they were legends when we were young, and then,
Well, to be fair, you and I were also legends when we were young.
that's true. But
What?
there was
What?
an event.
We were just people.
Okay.
There was an event, was it 15 years ago at this point? We are not sure if it was Elderkin, but he was here actually. This was our home originally. We were attacked by living plants. That,
I did not believe.
Magic didn't exist for thousands of years.
There was a flare in the Sparkwinds, and then everything started to change.
The Sparkwinds.
Those.
Petra had a plan. Valera was growing dangerous. Her magic was reaching into realms that were unsafe, and she According to Petra, he found her designs. He snuck away one of her spell books and was able to decipher that she was looking for a way to elongate her life, but doing so would cost the lives of many, many other innocents. And she liked to claim that she would only claim those who posed a threat to Nox, but she became less discerning with time. None of us could stop her. She was always the most powerful among us. She could weave things from the spark that we couldn't even dream of. So, Petra came up with a plan behind all of our backs to stop Valira by summoning this Ereshal to Nox. It sounds like he succeeded. The last thing I remember, I was up here on this mountaintop discussing this foolish plan with Kasovir when Faldesha arrived and decided that now she would start mingling in the affairs of mortals.
So Faldesha's not a mortal.
No, Faldesha is the fabricator. She is the creator.
Are you mortal?
Of course.
Is Petra mortal?
Of course. If we were
Okay.
immortal, we would have had no problem stopping Valira.
Always thought of y'all as gods.
What gave you that idea?
Well,
Don't get me wrong, we've had some heroic deeds in our day, but nothing that we didn't just barely scrape out of with our lives.
There are stories about you, fables that honestly have been passed down for, well, thousands of years of your deeds. They guide some people, including myself and my family.
I don't know if I like that.
Are you familiar with the term or the name Exardeska?
Exardeska. No, it feels foreign on my tongue even.
Is there a being associated with the sun from your time?
Nirgotha was fabled to have eaten the sun, and you...
The Galteans believe that each facet of life has an immortal spirit tied to it. I'm sure they have one for the sun, but there is also one for love and for trickery and deceit. There's a god of the grass and a god of the mountains, goddesses of rivers individually, things like that. But I've never heard of this Exardeska.
So Valera wanted to extend her life, but
Yes.
how are you and Petra still alive?
I would like to know that myself. It seems like something that has to do with the binding that Faldesha used to trap me within the earth. Must have shielded me from the passage of time. This feels like it was only moments ago for me.
Well, that's good.
Like a blink of an eye.
I mean, Petra,
We don't...
he's not fully, his memories are going, but
Perhaps time did not pass the same way for him as it did for me.
yeah.
We're not sure what happened to him.
All we know is he feels
but Petra
bad.
still looks
He
younger,
regrets.
Petra looks very young, yeah.
His
He
magic.
definitely regrets his interactions with you.
Good. You say he's imprisoned?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
So it's a little complicated. Mir Ezek has him in his custody. And I suppose since you're part of this whole business, maybe we should tell him everything that's going on with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we made a pact with Mir Ezek that we would tell him where your prison was.
Did we?
How did
Yes.
That's all
told
we
us-
said that we would do.
You told us to find the...
prison to find the tool?
Well, That's his goal, is to find the tool. We didn't agree to the tool. We agreed
is
that we would
Summer,
find the
right?
prison for him.
Alvir's like, I think the exact wording was...
Where he is, at the place where he is.
Bring me what I want, and then when we asked him to elaborate, he said the location of Cyrus's prison.
So we just thought maybe if we released you from the prison, he wouldn't get his hands on you when we told him where your prison was. And then we can get Petra out of his custody, and he'll go here later and be pissed, but it won't matter because we've already made him agree not to screw with us after the fact.
Certainly. If it is Mirgota's tool he is after, then he will be looking for you eventually. You should know this.
Well, he's already agreed not to bother us, so
Can I-
hopefully...
Can I see the town from here?
Yeah, you step over to the precipice and look down, just as clouds kind of drift out of the way. Make a perception check.
It's +0. 11.
11. You swear that you see the light that still burns brightly atop the former museum turned temple of Exardeska. You swear you see it like flicker a little bit. It doesn't look as strong as it was initially.
Maybe we should continue this conversation on the ship. There's not anything like right around here that you need to like pick up and grab to take with us. Right?
No, all that I own, you see before you.
Cool. Well, let's, why don't we go? And then we have plenty of time on the ship to discuss things.
Traveling by ship will be tedious. Where exactly is Petra?
Well,
Names have changed.
yes. So have locations.
Can you give me a general...
What? So, before we do any of that,
I think we draw maps different now.
wait,
yeah, I heard something about
on. What is it that you actually want with Petra?
I have many questions for Petra. Why did he stab me in the back? Why could we not come to see reason? Was he planning with Faldesha behind my back? What happened to Faldesha? Is she dead? Is she...
What
We
Did
have
she
similar
leave?
questions,
How
but-
did she stop Erishal?
He may not remember, although seeing you might jog his memory. Either way, we got to get him out of that plague dragon's clutches.
Why?
Without the
think-
dragon seeing you as well, because that will
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
a point of contention, I would assume.
Yeah, for sure.
Can we make it look as if
Everyone
we
that
never let
tall
him out?
from your time? What's the deal?
Oh no, I am tall for my people even. But yes, no, that there are people my
How
size.
tall are you?
I think ours like 7 foot.
What? Yeah.
Okay.
He's a good
9.
2 feet taller than you.
Yeah.
Straight up giant like.
Daddy.
Like his beard is longer than most of you are tall.
How many like moss clumps and whatever?
We can ask this on the ship. Can we make it look as if the mountain has not been exploded? And
Oh, sure.
mean-
Yes. And he turns and like claps his hands together before slamming them into the ground, and you see as he twists the earth, moves like clay beneath his hands, and just like smooths over itself in a matter of seconds.
Can you show me how to do that?
Do you have an affinity for the natural magics?
For magic.
Natural.
We're still sorting out all the different types of magics.
How
only recently
do you have
discovered.
like your spell book out at all times, or do you keep it in your bag?
It's in my bag if I'm not using it.
Okay. He like looks you up and down, and he's like, something tells me that you will not have a proclivity for the type of magics I specialize in.
You can't handle my magics.
That felt easier than usual. It has, I guess, been a while.
can you summon life?
I can conjure otherkin beings. I can also conjure life into a specific object if there is something you would like to see with motion.
I'm not necessarily, just I wanted to check because that is, I mean, apart from what you, Sander, did.
Did Bromthier exist before you?
No. Bromthir was the first and only awakening that I used with Sonder, the blade.
What is the origin of Sonder? I know you said some otherkin person brought it, but did they create Sonder as...
No. So I am not as good with tales as Petra, but the facts are Mirgotha attacked Faldesha. She had grown quite large and full of herself and thought that she could destroy a god. So she attempted. And it was a valiant attempt, but Faldesha was too much for Mirgotha, and in the end she was only able to pry a little bit of blood from the being, which she fled into the depths of the ocean and kept and worked her strange magics upon and created Sonder from these.
So Sonder was a creation of Valdesha's
Valdesha?
blood.
Yes.
And how did you come into ownership?
Well, Faldesha famously does not like to involve herself in mortal designs. So instead she gets other people to do her dirty work. So she came to me and promised me a fitting reward if I could obtain what was stolen from her, from Mirgotha. So I traveled to the depths of the ocean and fought Mirgotha in her lair with the aid of Petra and Erith. But we succeeded. We retrieved the vial, and Faldesha shaped it into a sort of vine. And that was my gift. And it instantly was quite talkative. Being very quiet these days, I see. And Sonder stays silent. It's like, but yes, ultimately Sonder was a creation of a melding of the magics of Mirgotha and Faldesha's body.
Sonder's watching his new girlfriend and his old girlfriend meet.
They're boyfriends.
This is my sword boyfriend. He's an immortal sword.
So he was made of vines in the past, right?
Sort of. He was always made of Faldesha's body, but he takes on aspects of the wielder. And because of my affinities for the natural magics, he always took a more vine-like appearance. But it also heavily depends on what he is fed. I once fed him a great blade of fire, and he had a much more outgoing and gung-ho personality for a long time, which was quite honestly unbearable. So I got rid of that one pretty quick.
I have a question for you. Over here. Did Sonder always have kind of a sociopathy about him, or like a lust for blood that influenced your mind?
No, Sonder has a lust for adventure and for travel. It was part of what I think spurred me into visiting other realms and rescuing the people there. He always wanted to see new things and learn more.
Yeah, that sounds right.
You're like very softly talking to him. He's answering you at the same speaking volume he's been using.
Do you know more about Vordholm?
Vordholm was destroyed by Erith and Valthara.
Did Valera study there?
Valera, Valthara, yes. Valera, she began her studies in Vordholm, and after a short while, of all of us traveling together and adventuring across Nox, she found knowledge in other places and collected spells and things from different cultures. And very similar to Sonder, actually, she is always thirsty for knowledge and wants to absorb as much as she can and meld and twist it to her designs.
Nothing wrong with that.
You think you're all still alive?
But
If Petra is alive and was not somehow imprisoned in the same way that I was. I would imagine that the others are, unless...
And you're not gods.
No, we are just people.
Well, I mean, it's possible if he did summon Ereshal, though, that...
If Ereshal arrived, I would be surprised if, without all of us fighting side by side, if someone did not fall. Petra's designs were to remove the power of magic from Valira so that he could imprison her, probably similarly to how he imprisoned me. But he couldn't bring himself to murder his friends, so I guess he's got that going for him. But who's to say if he was successful in that, right? Ereshal is a being beyond any of our control, a primal, ancient thing.
I would guess that it was successful in that Ereshal did eat magic, at least for a couple thousand years.
What does Ereshal look like?
I don't know. It has this strange way of, when you lay eyes upon it, it hurts your mind, and then the moment you are no longer looking upon it, you cannot recall. Sometimes you even forget things that happened while you were looking at it. It's very strange.
I don't think I've encountered anyone like that.
I don't know if Ereshal is here. I would assume we would know if that were the case. But what was the last memory you have of Aerith?
The last memory I have of Aerith was shortly before she and Valthara informed myself and Petra that they had designs to end Vordholm. She looked resolute and calm. She had convinced herself, as she easily does, that it was the right move and that it was just.
So it seems like that is when the fracture of your group solidified.
It was the beginning, for sure. I did not speak to Valira or Aerith again after that, but I kept in touch with Petra. And we had occasional dealings with Faldesha, but once the Galteans slaughtered the other kin that I brought here from farther.
Who were the Galteans?
The Galteans from Galtea. Do you not have Galtea anymore?
No.
I don't know what that is.
Good.
Have I ever heard of that?
He turns and spits on the ground. He's like, good riddance.
Is there...
I heard that
Magnus, make a history check with advantage because you're the most learned of the group.
nerd.
You nerd, read your books.
Yeah, nerd.
23.
Damn.
Why don't you read about it?
I will, as soon as it's convenient.
You're not sure if this is exactly what he's talking about. You'd have to question him a little bit more on the specifics of what Galtea was like. But you know that the only, seemingly similar name in the same way that Calamore became Thyrünmoor, there's a place called the Isles of Golth in the south, Golth.
Isles of Golth.
The Isles of Golth are near the equator. It's a very tropical region. Could be related.
Y'all, beach episode.
I think that we may have lingered a little bit too long.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Well,
If you are
hold on.
interested in finding Petra, then
I heard that Valira uncovered mysteries and knew how to pull things from the sky.
Yes, this is how she destroyed
You and I
Vordholm.
have pulled things from the sky. Is it similar? No?
No. She could literally transport objects from outside of this world and bring them down, crashing into it. Sonder's magic is more of a spiritual nature.
Does the phrase, the king was the problem, mean anything?
Oh yes, this is why Valthara decided to destroy Vordholm, because their king was a once wizened mage who, very ironically, was getting similar designs as Valthara did later in her life. He was willing to use up the lives of his subjects for his own personal gain and benefit, and Aerith and Valira viewed this as a step too far. Magic's becoming too dangerous for someone of his ilk to possess. And he had many students. He had many teachings of war among his people. Vordholm was they were an incredibly powerful country, unmatched. If they had designs for conquest, as Valira thought they did, it would have changed all of Nox. And she sought to stop it before it could happen.
Sounds like a cautionary tale. As I look pointedly at Matt as he's taking notes.
I'm completely ignoring. Did you ever hear something called an obsidian seed in relation to Vordholm or that Vordholm king or anybody else?
No, aside from my visits with Bramthir, I steered clear of Vordholm as much as I could. It was not a pleasant place. Not a lot of nature or green. It was all brutalist buildings and tunnels.
Well, you'd love to see how it is now, I suppose.
It stands again.
Well, it's nature has reclaimed it, and anything that was now ruins, and people have rebuilt.
I should like to see this. Is this where Petra's prison is?
No.
A little bit farther south than that. It will take us about 4 or
Ilvermyr?
5 days.
Maybe.
It's not called that anymore, but yes, I believe that's the same land.
Good.
Are we good? I never meant to take anything from you, but
You
I
did
feel
not take it
like
from me. Valdesha is the one who removed the gift she had bestowed.
Do I know of any worship of Faldesha that is currently going on, since she is apparently a divine creator being?
I'm gonna say no roll required. No.
Okay.
She's just the moon.
You know of the moon, Desha, and there are cultures who revere the moons, and there are stories about how they are 3 sisters who are. It's actually more closely related to the fables, where there's a story of the 3 moons and how they're 2 of them are sisters and one of them is a prince, and it's Kava is this prince who strolls across the sky, the largest of the moons, and Brel and Desha are 2 sisters who yearn for him, and as one is always moving towards the prince and chasing him through the sky, Desha, which orbits Brel, is always like trying to slow her down so that she can't get to him first, and they never catch one
and
another.
then Mir Gotha is trying to eat the sun, not the moon.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Mirgotha tries to eat the sun.
That's the legend. I'll pull out my little charm.
Mirgotha is not so foolish. He like looks at your charm for a minute and he's like, interesting. May I see this?
Yeah.
And he like looks over it for a moment before like reaching into his pouch, and he pulls out a small piece of metal. It seems like the only like metal thing that he keeps on him. Comparatively, it's much larger than the one that you have, but in his hands it looks small.
Like Andre the Giant holding things.
And it's similar to the sun that's depicted in your Mirgotha thing, pendant, but it looks more like a cog wheel as he holds it. And he's like, if I had to guess, I would think that maybe this is a story about when Mirgotha attacked Faldesha. This is her symbol, the fabricator. He hands yours back to you.
Gotcha.
The stories have skewed quite a bit, it seems.
And I don't see that there is any worship of Faldesha that is ongoing, at least in anywhere that we know of right now.
I mean,
That doesn't bode well. I have a feeling that she is no longer with us.
Like, do you think Arishal destroyed her? Or maybe she was destroyed trying to get rid of Arishal?
Perhaps make a either religion or history check.
12.
Do you think that the Exardeskins are actually worshipping Faldesha? And it's a cog and not a sun?
I don't
They seem
know
pretty
what
big on the sun thing, though.
Yeah, but that's because they've been wrong for a long time.
Well, I mean, if you look at the cult of Rot, children of Rot, people will just start worshipping anything.
That's true.
So,
I don't know how we'd find out.
On a 12, at that mention of Erishal and Faldesha and whether or not she's still around or if she died or if whatever happened, you're thinking through all the different fables and you keep falling back onto Thyrünmoor, where in Granny Brynja's version, it states that in the chaos that followed, Rithmira, who had loved Kasovir in secret, intervened to save him from Valthara's wrath. Her actions, however, only doomed them all. She was killed, and a great battle ensued between Valthara and Arishal, a battle that continues to this day unseen. It is said that one day, when either Valthara or Arishal finally falls, the world of Nox will end and all life will fade away. This is the day known as Thyrünmoor, the end of all things. I think you just keep coming back to that and thinking about how Faldesha is never mentioned in the fables. You hadn't heard that name before the dream of Petra's that you experienced. And I think having Thyrünmoor talk about the actual story of where Sonder came from and how maybe that was the inspiration for Morgotha ate the sun, that there could be something skewed in there that's just not correct, even in Granny Brynja's tales.
maybe it wasn't Rithmira that sacrificed her life to save Petra, but maybe it was Valdesha.
Maybe Faldesha is locked away with Arishal somewhere.
I mean, Ilvermyr tells us that Valthera and Arishal are in battle until the end of time, until the end of Nox.
Valthara is strong, but I could not see her putting up an endless fight with that creature. Faldesha claimed that she was Arishal's opposite. She was the fabricator, the creator. Creation was her domain. Arishal was destruction and removal.
So maybe it wasn't Valthera that is in battle with Arishal, but Valdesha.
Mm-hmm. If Valera were alive, where would they go?
I don't know. I don't even know for certain that Valera would have stayed in this realm. She may have passed somewhere else to get away from. I don't think Petra would let up if she survived, and unless she had a major change of heart.
She have like a home or a laboratory or a library or anything?
Yes, she has a tower, had a tower at least in Galtea.
Galtea.
Petra, I don't think is the person you remember him as.
You say Galdea or Galthea?
Galthea, Galthaea.
Galthea. Is that where the Gulf? The Isle of Gulf?
The Isles of Gulf, that's where you think that could be present day. Saoirse, as this conversation is happening with your passive perception, you notice as the flame in the city below winks out.
Oh,
Oh boy.
oh, oh!
Time to go.
That's probably not good.
I'm going to get on a knee and lift up Sonder to him. Like, if you'll join our battle, I think you're much more deserving of him than I am.
Make an insight check.
Are you sure about this, brother?
He's made of your bones.
True.
Somebody's bones.
Maybe you can separate out that ice sword from him. Have him spit it out.
What's wrong with the ice sword?
I don't know, I'm just saying, Sandra got a lot more
Powerful? Yeah.
Got a lot more
Is
bloodthirsty.
that not what do you want from a sword?
I'm not judging.
Kind of sounds like you're judging.
I'm judging.
11.
You see as Thyrünmoor is stone-faced for a moment, and you swear his hand twitches as though he's about to like reach out, and just a slight motion, and Sonder summons himself back inside of you. And Thyrünmoor pauses, and he's like, "It would seem he has made his choice. You must always take this into account." And he like leans down, and he's like, "I know that there is nothing I can tell you that he will not also hear and know, but you must remain in charge. Do not let Sonder take the reins. He is great and powerful,
Yeah.
but he is not wise."
Did he grow eyes and everything that he's doing now?
And more.
Okay.
He is a great and powerful tool. Petra is in Calamore, south of Vordholm.
Sorta, yeah.
Right.
Things have shifted around a little. We'll show you the maps on the ship when we get there. We can spread them out and show you what things look like. But we
Are
got
we
gotta go.
We're going?
Yeah.
I do not have time for ship travel.
Probably.
I would like to get there faster. Whenever you arrive,
We've got
and he
a detour.
reaches into another pouch and pulls out
Detour?
Do we not?
a little blue stone that has this sort of like spiral marking on it, and hands it to you, Magnus. He's like, "You can use this to speak with me at any time, once per day."
In your day, could people understand, figure out magic?
Yes, it was common.
And some people were gifted it, though, right?
Some people were gifted magic. Some people were born with the gift of magic. Others had to learn from books and scrolls and tablets. Yes. I will head south to Calamore. I would like to get the lay of the land and see how things have changed.
Can you avoid? I'm just gonna pull out a map. Be like, don't go around here, or at least don't look like you while you do that.
Do not worry.
That'll spoil our plans.
I will not be recognized. And he takes a step back before leaping, and his form shifts into that of a giant eagle, and then flaps off the top of the mountain into the distance.
Inconspicuous.
Sick.
Rick Severe's eyes go really wide.
Is
Can't wait.
it just an eagle?
Curtsy's arms are still up.
Like it's not some combination animal. It's just an eagle.
Just an eagle.
Be like, what the hell's that thing?
What is
Yeah, it looks weird.
It looks like what's this? It looks like your thing.
Like Hush, kind of.
Did
but
you
different.
recognize him, Curtsy?
Yeah.
I know now that he was Thyrünmoor, Thyrus,
Okay.
but I not upon sight. There was no stirring of feelings. I feel like the more that I see and learn and experience, the less I remember from the before times.
What vibe do you get from him?
He feels sad. He feels sad and a little angry, but mostly betrayed.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Going down there.
Why?
Thalos,
Are we getting
who has been here the whole time, by the way, is like standing there wide-eyed. He was like, "Sorry, I got nervous." He was really big. Saoirse, you were oohing. What's going on?
Lights out. Lights out.
You guys look and you see as the temple light has gone out, there's still some smoke rising from, and you can see there are like torches lit now as the sun has set and the sparkwinds are alight above, still very bright in the sky. The great flame of Kandaryll is out again.
That's
What do you
not
want to
good.
do?
We should go back to the ship.
Should we go to the ship and head out, or should we go investigate what's going on there?
Your call.
I mean,
From here, can I see if there's anywhere we can get close without going in?
At this point, without going in, your best bet would be to go down to the coast and circle around. It looks like there's like from what you can tell from here, make a perception check actually, to see how much you can see, because it is very far away. You guys are pretty high up.
15?
You can see that the section of the formerly jagged crown wall that surrounds Kandaryll that Bramthir had broken through has not been fully rebuilt. It looks like there's some like wooden scaffolding in place and like some stone has been stacked and piled, but it's not fully complete. So you could make your way down and keep a wide berth to the coast, but it would take some time to get there. And you could look in that way. You could also probably get in that way if you needed to, if any of the gates have been rebuilt. But you also know that whenever Dushana was doing her shit the last time you guys were here, she was like using Kesso to blast open the gates.
Hot.
Is there only consideration for checking out the town to see whether your sister or dad are there? Was that the idea?
Or I guess
The chances of them returning doesn't seem high. We would have seen them last time,
And
right?
Nora wouldn't come back unless she figured out a way to change herself.
I don't think that we're
But do you
here.
think your mother's back?
Oh,
I mean, she was when we got here.
Alvir
How'd
Now
we
I
know?
don't know.
Alvir speaks
Because
up.
the flame was lit.
What it's that the whatever.
Alvir speaks up. He's like, we know that the flame went out whenever Maeve was banished, or whatever it was that Rinneveil did. But it came back on when we were leaving. If it is out again, I think there is maybe two options. Either something has happened to Maeve and she is elsewhere again, or she's no longer with us. Or she could be on her way here, maybe if she leaves a certain radius of the city. That was
So
It was
quite an eruption whenever Thyrünmoor came out.
Yes, either how interested are you in seeing your mother again or understanding what happened to her and
yes.
the rest of Kandaryll?
Well, I wasn't at first. But the fact that
She's
nobody
Still
seems
your
to
mother.
know where Exardeska came from, irrelevant. I'm curious if she's learned anything here, or if she knows something about.
so
I-
do we give a shit or no?
Arixer, you feel warmth in your glove.
We
Focus on it, and there's like a little bit of a flutter as a scroll of like probably 4 or 5 different pages of paper that are just like nicely tied together appear in your hand.
from where?
Finley has the other glove.
I thought he didn't have the other glove.
He
no, he does.
He did.
We gave it to him.
Yeah,
last time.
he asked you before he headed off the ship, like, if do you guys want to keep this to give to Thalos?
I thought that's what we did.
No,
No,
you didn't.
I thought we gave it to Finley.
Yeah, I just edited this last night. You guys
Okay.
gave it to Finley, and he left.
Okay.
Okay. Holy
Just
shit.
all on us.
We took it off Thalos and gave it to Finley.
Yeah, and Finley's his mission was to go to the church, the Cathedral of Exardeska in Thyrünmoor.
Forgot that part.
And he was going there, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll scope it out. I'll ask around and send you a dossier of my findings." And that is what this is.
I open it up, see what it is, and I hand it to you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of handwriting. Scrolling through it and like flipping through it and just skimming, it is very extensive. He took notes on like the first 3 days that you guys were traveling. He was like staking out the temple and taking notes on anything weird that he saw.
Good man.
And he lets you know. He even like writes descriptions of the building. It's got like
here. I've joined the church.
no, it's got big like the church
I am now
itself.
a true believer.
The temple itself has big Gothic spires. They're tipped in gold. It catches the sunlight at certain times of day and looks like a great flame. There's stained glass depictions of a sun with sparkwind pouring out of it. He met a guy named Luminance Torin Brand, who was very welcoming and open and talked to him. about the faith and all this stuff. He pretended to be interested in joining the church, and the guy gave him a big spiel. And then he's got some like asterisk notes in the bottom right that say, Torin seems a little sketchy. He has certain quirks that remind me of some of my friends from my old life who had various addictions. As conversation progressed, Torin got sweatier and looked a little pale, seemed like withdrawals to me.
And what
Talking.
drugs do we know about?
I think
What have we done?
Brody knows more than other people would, just because
He's
of the
Not done drugs.
No, not because you were doing drugs, but because of the company that you kept on some of the ships that you were on. You know that one of the most popular ones in Thyrünmoor is what's called Dorian moss, which is sort of like gold glowing moss that you can eat it straight how it is, or you can like grind it up into a little bit of a paste, and most people do that, and then they kind of like rub it on their gums. And it makes their teeth have almost this like radiant glow to them when they take it.
For your teeth.
But from what you are told, it is highly addictive and it's very like calming. Definitely a downer. He describes the Luminance congregants as wearing wicker masks and robes that look like, essentially like, I don't know if you've seen medieval like beekeeper garb. It's like that, but the wicker faces are painted gold and have little spires like suns.
That's so scary.
At the back of the cathedral, whenever he started investigating further, he found an alleyway where vulgarities, parentheses, presumably from the academy, are brought and are taken inside, and he's seen several go in and has not seen any of them come out. In his questioning of Torin, he asked about an icy figure named Nora in her early 30s. Torin said he remembered her. There aren't many ice genasi in this area, but the last that he heard, she was headed south to the Isles of Gulth, a tropical region, said to still follow the old ways, and that Torin heard a story of a healer there that has the ability to transform people to the way they were before the Ember Flare. He was very hush-hush about this because it is considered witchcraft, and he said that he urged Nora under the table to do this, and whenever Finley questioned him as to why he urged her to do this instead of having her join the congregation, the guy clammed up and hurried away.
All right, well, just like before, either she's on somewhere in the Isles of Gulth or she's in a basement at the church.
Or
And then on the last page, you see a note from Finley that says, headed north to the academy, gonna poke around and see what connections I can make with the church.
I wish you wouldn't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
Tell him
right
not
back.
to.
Don't do that.
Okay. Send. Did you write that down?
Yeah, I'll scribble that down. I'll
back
just
of one of his
steal
pages.
a pen that Magnus keeps inside him.
I'm just like writing and like, and she just goes, where?
Reach into Magnus's throat and pull a pen out.
My special quill.
He eats those first powers.
No, he keeps them inside him.
Yeah.
That's my good pen.
I don't know you.
Hold on, let me get the eraser.
No! For a pen, it's a pen.
That's magic.
Magic.
You get a quill and ink from Magnus, and you write fervently, do not do that.
Do not do that.
Do you give him like
Go
a
home.
thing to do instead?
Go home to the bakery. Go home to the bakery.
Okay, go back to the Proven Bakery. You send that through the glove.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I think I'll add.
Do you-
We are on our way back.
okay, you do that. A moment passes.
Are we?
A note
We
comes
go.
back that says, "Can do. See you at the bakery."
How do you have any space in your heart for your mom still?
How do I?
Do you?
I mean, she's kind of doing some terrible shit. What am I supposed to do with her?
I mean, she lost seemingly everything. She maybe could have had a change of heart while we were gone. But that's a big if.
Does that undo things?
Only someone's actions can undo their actions. So
Yeah.
it depends. but I wouldn't bet money on it.
She wasn't kind to us in the first place, and as a
Yeah.
result, Nora's probably in a basement.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Trying to fix something that does not need to be fixed.
Yeah.
Your mother has done a lot of harm, yes. It's up to you whether or not you want to give her a chance to seek forgiveness, if that's even in her nature. But if you want to leave, I think we would support you either way.
Yep.
Unfortunately, though, unless any of us have any other objections to just simply leaving things as they are, the rest of this choice is going to be on your shoulders.
Alvir takes your hand and squeezes it. He's like, "We are with you either way."
I mean, if we go down there, what do we do about all of it? Either way.
Figure
Simply
it out.
see. If you are curious, then we can sate that curiosity. If you are not, then we leave.
We're the most impressive people I've ever fucking met.
Are we? I do just need us to remember that we got knocked out 4 times by the sickest people I've ever met.
Yeah, but that's
Supernaturally
Got
sick.
rounded.
Yeah.
They were backed by dragon power. That shit's crazy.
Well, we don't know what power
mean-
is backing your mother. Something is.
Either the church, either the church is doing something pretty bad down there, or the revolutionary army that's willing to blow up its own citizens for its goal is down there.
We should go.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the problem, but not doing anything means that everybody that's down there is caught in the crossfire.
I mean, do you think that we have a chance to get all of them out?
We have
Or-
a ship again,
Yeah, but we're down on the mountain.
Yeah.
but we have a ship again.
Also, Thyrus has a huge head start on, or Thyrünmoor, whatever he wants to be called, has a huge head start on us towards Petra.
That's
Alvir's like,
Oof.
yes, I don't know if Petra is going to be safe, or if we should get back to
Oof.
him.
We can always come back here. It's only been a week or 2.
But
This is true.
here now, and the fire went out.
that means that she's probably coming here to see what happened up here.
If she's coming here, then we can kidnap her.
Or it means that she's
You
been
think?
taken out and that
Yeah.
the protection against the dreads is gone. And every time that's happened in the past, those walls get swarmed.
Does anybody have one of those long things where you look through it and it makes the thing big on the other
you
side
have a
of it?
spyglass, don't you?
Yeah.
Do I know
I thought you did.
how that
I
fire?
swear we talked about this.
Do I know how that fire gets lit?
You're not sure. But whenever Alvi says that the protections are gone and that the dreads can get in, he seems pretty sure of himself.
If you're certain
Dreads.
that I have a spyglass, I will just start looking in my hair until I'm like, oh, ah, yeah.
I think whenever you guys
That
got the
glass
ship,
is down really small.
Not that small. It's like,
you get spyglass out and take a look, make a perception check with advantage.
I mean, if we're going to do it, now's
Ooh.
time.
Good thing I have advantage. That was with nat 1 on 1, and it'll be 22.
Hell yeah.
damn. You don't see dreads. Where in the city do you look? What section? You've got the Rookery to the south, which is the crowded district where a lot of the homes were frozen over.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the wealthier area where the temple and the square is, which is a lot more spaced out.
Probably the wealthier area.
You see there's smoke coming from a couple of roofs, and you can make out what looks like
Or roofs.
chimneys. Sorry.
Oh.
There's smoke coming from chimneys.
Got
But you do also see a couple of fires that have caught on homes, and you notice that there are some figures in the town square, and some of them are moving very quickly in a small group of about 3 of them, and you also notice a number of other figures that are motionless.
So something's definitely going on. There are survivors based on the smoke coming from the chimneys, but then there are some kind of assailants based on the people that are moving and not moving in the square.
Not dreads?
Doesn't look like dreads, no dreads. So this is definitely some kind of civil conflict, I think.
Revolution.
Do you
Dushana.
still have
We
What's-
should go.
What sort of communication do you have with your aunt?
None. We cut off all ties whenever she launched her plan.
Would she listen to you if you talked to her?
Maybe. She is not unreasonable. She is just vicious.
Is this something that we want to get involved with? I don't know that either. These people are very extreme on both sides.
Yeah.
We got out who we could last time. And even they're struggling.
I think that if we wanted to deal with this, we should have come back with a larger force. And more ships. Which, if we do want to deal with it, we should just do that later and not worry about it right now.
People are going to die right now.
Yeah. And
We might die right now.
I know y'all think I want to kill people all the time, but I have no desire to kill anyone on either side.
We're mostly concerned that you are killing at a rate that continues to grow.
Yeah, they're all bad people.
Sure. From our perspective, I'm unclear.
The world is better off without
Anyway, I think
Saunders speaks for the first time.
if we could just extract maybe one of the opposing leaders, maybe it would just kind of fizzle out.
What, are you
Either
talking about assassinating one of the leaders and then letting the other one take over? Because neither...
Are you wanting to kill people?
Both...
No, I'm saying we just...
Are you wanting to kill your mom?
I'm saying we just pluck them out of the situation.
Okay.
Go and kidnap your mother.
Yeah, I can kidnap my own mom. That's allowed.
That's
Fine.
parent snapping.
I don't think that's generally allowed. And so,
It's better than
We
murder.
haven't seen our parents in like decades.
Do you know how
or
many?
more.
Do you know how many people I have
haven't
watched
seen
your mother personally?
No, you haven't either.
I cannot count on my hands how many people I have seen your mother personally burn at the stake.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we take her, she can account for her crimes somewhere else, but
Yeah.
maybe the fighting stops
We can
if
take her.
there's no more head to cut off.
We can take her back to Lokvara, and she can see justice amongst the refugees that she was torturing.
Is that what you want to do?
I can't account for her actions and I can't protect her from them either. But everybody caught in between, maybe we could stop that.
So we go check it out then.
I don't want for more people to die because of her.
Well, it does seem that she might be losing, seeing as how the flame went out.
Where?
I'm not clear on what makes
The temple?
flame stay on.
The temple, right?
She could just be in hiding.
Either way, we should get moving. We've got a long climb ahead of us.
Down the mountain.
Still on top of a mountain.
we can just jump down.
Roll.
What?
I can feather fall all of us.
Yeah, but
Oh. Then
you would need a cliff.
Oh, is it kind of this? There's not like
it's mountainous. Yeah.
There's not a. There's not
It's
a.
a
cliff
mountain.
we can jump down.
Javier's like, there's a cliff maybe halfway down our climb. The first area we had to use the pitons.
Mhm.
We can get to there.
Oh yeah.
We can climb down to there. It'll maybe take us 20 minutes and then jump. That would cut our climb in half.
Alright. This is fine?
We'll scope it out and then see what we can do from there.
Alright.
While we're climbing down, I'll send Hush to go just look around
The ship.
the city
No,
and see. What?
no.
We're not
he
going to
should
the
go
ship.
No, he should go to the ship
Why?
to tell him that we're going to the
We're
town.
all here.
There's no one on the ship.
Oh shit!
I'll have.
He came with us.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'll have Hush just go look around the city and see if he can spot anyone else with hair like Saoirse's.
Yeah, absolutely. You send Hush off, and you guys begin climbing down the mountain. Everybody make an athletics check for the first part of the climb.
Oh boy.
I'll keep just like a hand on the back of Magnus's collar.
Hold on, I had an
Do you
idea.
want to use the bad die?
This is a DC 15. I'll let you guys know because it is nighttime now. It's a harder climb.
If I use my immovable rod, can I get advantage?
Yes.
Wait, did
Okay.
you just roll those?
No.
Oh, okay, you're asking me which one to roll. I'm terrified of that one, but yeah. That's the one you're gonna roll then.
17.
Nice.
I'm gonna use Oh, shit. Well, I guess I'm
Natural
using
20,
guidance
baby.
on myself.
Hey!
14.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not too bad though.
It's so much easier with this handle that I can use anywhere.
You have a movable rod?
Yeah.
21.
21, excellent. You guys are all making your way down. Brody, you get to a certain point near the cliff and you lose your grip and kind of like slide down and catch yourself. You really have to like struggle to get back to an area with handholds. You take a point of exhaustion, which will be disadvantage on ability checks as you guys reach the precipice of the cliff's edge on this side of the mountain. So we just jump off?
Does exhaustion count as a disease?
No.
Can't help you.
How many of us are there that aren't me?
5?
Yeah.
Perfect. I can choose up to 5 falling creatures within range.
Are we?
Falling creatures' rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round until
Does
the
that-
spell ends.
Wait.
Does that include you?
I have a cloak.
Oh, you have a cloak. That's right.
Okay.
So I can just...
Are we counting Curtsy then? Or no?
Think Curtsy, do you think you could roll the rest of the
I
night?
can hold him.
Oh, I can just.
And Curtsy just like sinks into the stone.
He'll come back, right?
A moment passes. You hear like a little bit of a rumble and some rocks tumbling. You like look down and he pops out at the bottom of the cliff and looks up and waves.
Well, fuck.
Your little boy's growing up.
That was cool. He's learning new tricks.
There's not even like a hole. That's crazy. So we just jump off this cliff and we're supposed to trust that your magic is going to not let us die.
It's worked every other time.
Yeah. When have I ever let you down?
I can't argue with that.
But hold on. Wait. Hold on just a second.
2?
Oh, well.
No, I'm going to wait.
Okay, let's go. And I cast Featherfall.
Yeah, you all jump. Alvi gets pushed. Thalos, like, for some reason holds his nose like he's jumping in the water. You all step over the edge or leap. And Magnus, you cast your magic. What does it look like as you cast Featherfall for the first time?
I'll draw in Sparkwind's energy into my wand.
Dead people? What?
Yes. When I use the wand to do the somatic spell component motions, little Sparkwind colored feathers will be shaking out of it and they'll fly all around the people who are being affected by the spell.
Hell yeah.
And just give them little Sparkwind wings that
Cute.
I love that.
that flutter.
That flutter as you guys like move down. They're like just a little bit too small.
Yeah, they're comically small for your size, but they're there.
And
like,
yeah,
Oh, cute.
you all drift safely to the ground and land. And Curtsy is there. He runs up and hugs Brody.
Oh.
I missed you.
At this time, because I think you sent him off when you started the climb down, so it's now been about like 20, 25 minutes. Hush flies back and perches on your arm, and he's like, "Things are looking grim. There are lots of, I didn't see anyone whose hair was aflame, like your friend, but there are lots of grey bodies."
Were those like thinking in my head, were those like the undead things that were fighting us when we were trying to escape?
It could be.
Okay. I'll relay this information to the group, since they don't speak owl.
Except Otter.
She does.
Oh, right.
That is scary. I don't think this is like a civil thing then. It seems like it's more of an issue that we faced when we left.
Does your bird know if did they look like skeletons or did they look like?
So they were gray bodies.
Can he elaborate on that?
Were they like skeletons? were they like gray bodies like this?
Oh no, they were gray bodies like you, and there was lots of blood, and they were all bald.
Bald.
Gray bodies like us. They were all bald.
Bald?
Alvier turns and he's like,
Do you think if someone of your persuasion dies, does their hair go out?
What?
Can I try to put the hair out on my
Hey,
like totally out?
make a Constitution saving throw.
when I killed some flame genasi.
Oh yeah, you did kill some flame genasi. Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay.
Their hair went out and the orange pallor to their skin quickly paled. It's like a fire within them was extinguished.
Saving throw? 21, 19, 20, 21.
21. You can mark a bubble on that little tracker that you were doing, and your DC goes up to 12, and your hair goes out.
Am I bald?
Mm-hmm.
Bald.
Don't touch
Is
it. Don't.
Is she gray?
No. If anything, actually, Saoirse's eyes become brighter.
I pick up a small stick and try to touch it with.
Don't
Well-
touch
Okay.
it. I'm dealing with something right now.
All right. Sorry.
I'm
Apologies.
When I killed the people that were for your mother, that's what happened.
Yeah. Magnus, you think back to the guy that you turned into mist, and you didn't get a chance to see if the hair went out or not, because it was just
did
gone.
he have flame hair or was he just a guy?
No, he had flame.
Oh.
He was a genasi.
Oh,
It returns. Your eyes go back to their normal glow.
So they've lost?
Well,
Possibly.
lost, but they're back up and doing stuff, it sounds like. So,
So wait, who is still there? Like,
I mean, it's possible that not everyone escaped.
I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah. Alvi follows behind you. You guys continue on. Are you heading down to the coast, or are you just headed to the gates of Kandaryll?
I guess just the gates.
closer gates?
Yeah.
Yeah, getting closer. Before you're even within like a couple hundred yards, you can see that there are torches lit atop the sides that are just like standard torches. And you can see that one of the gates that, as you're approaching, has been blown open. It looks freshly destroyed. Entering the city, you can see that there are piles of lifeless, icy bodies that are kind of pushed up against the wall itself. This looks like the undead that were attacking the last time you were here are still being like piled up and disposed of. It very much looks like a city under reconstruction, but there's an odd calm as there's no one around. You get further in through
do you think we should be
rookery.
stealthing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace on us then.
Okay.
So,
Everybody make a stealth check and add your +10. Alfir.
darkness comes off of my tattoo, removes itself from my skin, and surrounds us.
26 for Alvir.
I should only use the little die.
You should. It always goes well. I don't know why you're trying anything else.
22 for Thalos.
Roll Nat 20.
Wait, is that
Hell yeah.
So,
Put a D4 on it.
33?
Hell yeah.
Cocked.
I guess.
Seriously, what did you get again?
That's much worse.
12.
12. Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
no, I'm sorry.
And that's with
14.
that's with Pass Without Trace?
That gives us an additional 10,
Woof.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I have 16.
Okay.
You're distracted.
31.
You're thinking about your mom.
I didn't
for some
even
reason.
think we should be stealthy.
Divided by 6.
You shouldn't be East-Ussy? What?
I didn't even notice that we should be stealthy.
Oh.
Group DC of 23.
Not our best work.
Not our worst work.
Yeah.
True.
You guys quietly make your way through the rookery and to the bridges where you can see there are still char marks from the fire that you started or attempted to start in the blood puddle whenever you found out that the jar was strange and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
As you cross that bridge and get to the town square is when you start to see the gray husk-like bodies. And you can see Hush told you that the bodies were here, but didn't really prepare you for what you were seeing, as a number of them are dangling from chains. All seemingly bald, wearing Exardescan robes. There's this sort of like orangey brown blood splattered on the ground, and one figure is chained at the wrists, pulled like taut into the side over the door of the temple, and scrawled in that same orangey blood on the wall above them is "No more false gods."
Do we recognize that person?
Not at first, but I think after just a second, Saoirse, you recognize Maeve.
She's dead.
I put a hand on your shoulder.
Well,
Do you want us to take her body back with us? Or do you think she would care?
This is what the people here deserve. I can't change that. I can't guarantee that she was going to get anything different if we brought her back.
Is this on the building that used to be the museum?
Yes. As you guys are talking about this and looking around, Alvir's like, you see Alvir quickly draws an arrow and knocks it, and he's like, alcove. Gets everybody to like press in as he draws it. And as you look in the direction that he's looking, you see a woman who looks to be, she has sort of like dusky violet skin and two small horns that just protrude from above her brows. She's got black sclera to her eyes with yellow irises that almost glow. And you see she kind of like steps out from an alleyway, and Alvir is like taking aim and is about to loose his arrow before she like motions, and you see, shit, 4 little kids come out around her. Each of them looks to be touched in some way. There's one who looks like he's got the same sort of like stone structure to him as Alvir does. There's another who has horns similar to the woman who's leading them, but much longer, even though he's much smaller than she is, and they kind of like curve back and up.
Head is like...
he catches them on the stone wall for a second.
She was whispering to them and like waving them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're trying to get to safety or something.
I'm gonna say psst, psst.
You do so. Alvi sees you do this, and he's like,
I'm gonna lower the arrow.
yeah, you do so. She like turns and looks and sees you guys motioning,
And I motion her close.
yeah, you do. And Alvir is like, be very careful. That is one of Dushana's. Her name is Sif.
They are children.
I'm gonna hide elsewhere.
Okay. Yeah, make your own stealth check.
Oh.
Are you within 30 feet?
Yeah, I don't have to. I'm just trying not to be seen and on fire.
Okay, so you have plus 10 still.
Okay, 17.
17. Yeah, you pull a hood up and dim your hair. Now knowing that you can make it go out helps as you like very much dim it and pull the cloak over and just stand to the back of the group. She walks over and she's like,
As soon as they're like within 30 feet of me, the Pass Without Trace is also on them as well.
okay. You see the little kids kind of like stay behind her. Alvi still has the arrow knocked, but not like drawn back and aimed at her. You see one of the little kids, there's 2 of them that look like maybe they're twins. You can see each of them have this sort of like, their hair looks as though it's like a water fountain that's just kind of like constantly flowing, but it seemingly ends at their shoulders. And there's like a little bit of splashing, but it doesn't seem to be like getting on anything.
That's cool as hell.
What happened here?
Dushana, she brought us back. Were you not...
She like looks and sees Alvir and like takes a step back. One of the kids with the watery hair, a little boy who looks like he's maybe 8 years old, like steps in front of her and holds his arms out, and she like grabs him and puts him behind her.
So cute.
What do you mean brought you back?
There was the incursion. We let the dreads in. We thought it... She told us it was what was best for the people, to get them out from under the thumb of the Exardeskins. But then... something changed in her. She's not thinking straight.
She looks down and takes a quiet step forward, and she's like,
She was not discerning between those who were fighting and those who were fleeing. She brought us back to finish the job, but
she like turns and looks at the kids. She's like,
she doesn't know that I split. She might think I'm dead. I don't know, but
We can get you out. Are there more children?
This is all who remain.
Is there anything else you need in the city?
You weren't in the city. The ship off of the coast to the north of here. Is that yours? We should move quickly. Dushana has scouts. She's trying to get off the island.
Yep, let's go.
Okay.
We'll take up the back from the shadows.
are we going quiet or are we going quick? How long ago? He turns to Steve and she's like, maybe half an hour, I don't know. He's like, what do you think?
I think
They're going quick, we're going quiet.
Okay.
So let's go.
I said we go quick. I mean,
yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got the pass without trace on us. I think we stick together.
Yeah.
I think
Let's
this is
all
going
go.
to end nasty.
Let's all move.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's going to bring us to a race to the ship. It's going to be a skill challenge. We're going to be starting in a DC of 16. We want 3 successes before 2 failures. The DC will increase by 1 with each progressive roll. Who would like to go first and explain how you are helping the group in this quick trek across to the north where your dinghy is that leads to your ship?
I'd like to have Hush, like, scout, just like quickly to find us like the best, most direct, fastest route there.
Absolutely. Yeah, make a perception check with advantage with +3 from Hush's stats.
So here's the thing.
I love when you pull up that one.
my roll
Had a
didn't
dream.
my roll didn't go great, but yeah, I did have this dream where I was looking through Hush's eyes as he was flying around, and he actually found a much better path in the dream. And using that memory, I recognize a better path during Hush's scouting than what is initially reported. And what I roll is a 16.
Okay.
Well, the actual roll is a 13, but with the +3, it's
Yeah.
a 16.
Whoo! That is a success on your first roll. Let me mark in my little book.
I got one more divination die in the pipe that we can use if we need, but
Good roll, bad roll.
it's good.
1 of 3 successes. Magnus points out a trail. Alvir agrees, and he'll be like up at the front with Magnus. And Alvir is mostly, since Magnus is navigating, he's keeping ears out. And there's a couple times where he just kind of like stops everybody and points to the side, and you take a quick detour as you hear the shifting of plants and trees and things off in the distance that would have come across your path. But he's like helping you get around the dreads that you might have run into. Who's next?
I'll use my channel divinity. I'll give the team up ahead. So Magnus, Alvi, whoever else is taking up the front. Shared stride.
Ooh.
So for the next 10 minutes, as long as we're inside of each other, you get a speed bonus equal to 10 feet and can use a bonus action to dash.
As long as
Hell
we're
yeah.
what?
As long as I can see you.
Oh, okay. That's not what I heard.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and make
As long as we're inside?
an athletics check.
14?
That is your first failure.
Yeah, it would be because I said something. I hate skill checks. I've never passed one.
Oh no. I think this aids you at first, but because of the added stride, Alvi and the rest of your group start getting ahead, and Sieve and the kids start falling behind. And Thalos, I think, is the one who loops back around to get them. And when you guys notice that Thalos has gone back, you all like hold up for a second, and it slows you down a little bit. Who's next? We need 2 more successes before 1 more failure. The DC is going up to 18.
Scoop up 2 kids and keep running.
Yeah, make an athletics check.
Guidance.
Can I juggle 2 kids?
Difficulty is 18.
Giving you guidance as well, so you have a D4.
What did you roll on the die?
I hope Magnus has something good in that bag. Or had a good dream last night.
We're gonna be a bit on the
14.
What's your roll on the die?
9.
Is that with guidance?
Yeah.
So
You had a dream about Brothy scooping up some kids.
yeah, and it's like I see him dropping kids, but in the dream, like he didn't drop anybody. He held on to him tight and was running fast. And what he actually
Dropping children.
actually rolled was a 16 on the die.
Hell yeah. What does that bring your total to?
+2 +3, 21.
That is a success.
I don't have any more dreams, guys.
All right, it is
Nor do I.
Oh.
the final roll. This is a success or a failure. The difficulty has gone up from 18 to 19. Who would like to aid?
Yeah.
Who's our loudest person as we're going along? Is anybody like?
Probably you, if you.
Like flunking around?
Yeah.
Oh,
Me.
definitely. It's probably a tie between Saoirse and Thalos. Thalos is wearing half plate.
I'm wearing full plate.
Okay, let me.
So I stab Saoirse.
And we leave her behind.
I think I'm gonna like look at the kids and be like, man, somebody's being so noisy. I'm glad it's not you. And I pat them on the head and I wink at them and I turn around and I'm just like, you need to be quieter. And I'm going to give you Blessing of the Trickster so that it gives you advantage on dexterity stealth checks. Plus pass without trace. So
Hell yeah.
we can roll some stealth.
Yeah. I'm going to say in this moment, we're going to have Saoirse
I know.
roll a straight.
This is the worst thing that could have happened.
Straight stealth roll. You get plus 10 to this, plus your stealth.
19.
Difficulty is 19. It's very doable.
I think
No, it's not.
What do you add to stealth?
2.
You don't need a 7.
Okay.
I think you see like a bunch of darkness kind of sink into all the joints of your armor and start to muffle things.
30.
Woo!
Noise.
Rushing through very quietly. This muffling is just in time as Alvi stops everybody once more, and he like looks off in a direction. He's like holds up a finger, like we're just going to have to wait this one out. You watch as this massive, like willow tree-like creature with these long vines just like dragging from its hands and its head, like lumbers across the pathway between the trees, and it's got these large welts on it that look like the knots of trees, but you can see them kind of like shifting and pulsing on it as it stomps through and doesn't notice your party. You wait a second for its footsteps to grow quiet before continuing on and heading forward. Rushing through, you push through the violet leaves of the ashen canes and out onto the cobbled black stone beach, where there, just dragging your dinghy into the water, you see a woman with short blonde hair that's just kind of roughly cut, just like below her ears, is joined by 2 others. There's a man with a bow slung around his back and a quiver of arrows at his waist, who is dragging on the other side, and he has almost the same sort of like wood grain that Alvi does, but his is more like bark-like, whereas Alvi's more similar to like the aspen trees of the area.
Alvi, if I break our dinghy, can you fix it?
Yes.
They're already in the dinghy, right?
They're pulling it into the water.
Do you want to go out blazing or do we want to try to talk to them?
Well, I'm not gonna try to hurt them. I'm just gonna make the dinghy unusable for now, so that we can have some time. Anyway, I hit the dinghy with shatter to make it so that it can't float anymore.
Yeah, having this conversation. What is the area of effect on shatter?
It is.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's all them
It's like
too,
a 10
right?
foot
Yeah.
square, I think.
There is
have
one
the chart
third
for it.
figure, by the way, who's at the back pushing as well.
He pushed so good that the boat shattered in his hands.
That Dushana?
It's a 10-foot radius
She's the
sphere.
blonde.
Yeah.
10-foot radius,
10-foot radius sphere.
20-foot diameter. Yeah, a dinghy's not very big. That's
I
gonna
think that also
hit all 3 of them.
doesn't it?
Well, so what? If they're all going to be affected by it, I don't necessarily want to hit them with it because
Okay.
they're not violent against us yet. I just want to make the dinghy unusable. So can I catch enough of the dinghy to make it not
say you-
usable without?
I'd say you
hurting
might
them?
be better off using a different spell, because you could like magic missile it and just blow some holes in the bottom without risk, because that just hits whatever you're
Do you
aiming
want
for.
me to just hit it?
With what?
Just blast, do you?
Sure. Can you blast a hole in that?
All of the figures jump. Weapons are drawn as they look and see the leak that is like they've just gotten it to the water and the shore, and now it's filling. they all just kind of like stop and turn and look at your group.
I have shoved children
Yeah, I'm
behind
gonna.
us into bushes.
Yeah, Steve is staying back as well.
I cast Mage Armor.
I dropped the kids, yeah.
Dushana turns. Alfie. And friends. Nice boat you got. Off
Yeah.
the shore there.
Glad that we agreed that it's our boat. So we'd like you to get out of it.
Well, this one doesn't look very useful anymore anyway. Kind of like they just step away from it, and as it starts drifting out, caught by the current.
I'll send out a mage hand to try to drag it back a little bit, maybe, if I can. Or maybe grab... Does it have a rope tied to it or something?
I think a dinghy is going to weigh more than 5 pounds.
But in the water?
Is it gonna weigh 10 pounds?
Is 10 pounds? I thought it was 5 pounds for mage hand.
But
unless
if
you're
there's
an
a
arcane
second mage
trickster.
hand.
That's true. Hang on, let me Google how much a dinghy weighs.
In water, as buoyant, because it's not necessarily how much the dinghy weighs, it's how much resistance it would provide in water.
That's true. That's true.
Well, if
but
it's
also
sinking-
it does weigh 200 pounds.
Well, if it's sinking...
Talking about
100 to
one guy
200
was
pounds.
pushing it.
Well, if
There were
it's...
3 of them pushing it.
If it's sinking, it shouldn't float away. It should sink.
Yeah, but it's still caught by the current. So there's a hole in the back of it now. But it is still a dinghy shape, and as waves come up and get in the hole and then wash back out to sea, so too does the wood.
Uh-huh.
We've really got a pickle now. Alfie can make wood happen.
Can
Alfie's
currency...
got wood.
Can currency just go, like, into the ground and go pop out and, like, just be a ship stop for a second?
Are you guys having this conversation?
I whisper it to you. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
Cameron hates logistics conversations.
Let me see. You see Dushana, who just appears to be like a human woman. She has like a quarterstaff that was slung around her back that she kind of like brings forward and leans on. And she's like, so what's the goal here? Are you going to take us with you and we all get off of this rock? Or are we all going to be stuck here together?
I guess that depends. Are you going to behave yourself on our ship?
If you're willing to take us out of here, hell, I'll do whatever you want. I'll clean the dishes all the way.
I'm gonna look back to Sieve and see what's on her face.
Yeah, make an insight check. At the same time, Alvir, there's still like a good probably like 10, 15 feet between you guys as you're having this standoff on the beach and they're down near the waves. The shore is pretty loud, as ocean shores tend to be. Alvir is going to like lean in and whisper so that hopefully only those of you around him can hear. But mostly to you, Magnus, he's just like, you saw what she did to the people in that city. She can't be trusted.
21.
21. Sieve looks terrified. I think also on a 21, you're looking at Alvir and Sieve, who are the two that know Dushana and have met and interacted with her. They both look scared.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Charm Person on Dushana, and I'm gonna do it at a 2nd level so that I'm also doing it to one of our companions.
Okay, are you going to go for the archer or the one who looks to have just like a simple dagger at her side?
I'm gonna do the archer.
Okay, this is a wisdom saving throw?
It is.
Okay, for the archer,
14 is the DC.
nice. That is only a 5 for the archer, so they are charmed. I assume you like feel if the spell takes hold, right?
If it fails to throw, it's charmed until us or our companions do anything.
I think you'd be aware if it didn't take effect on someone, because I think they also become aware that if they succeeded that you tried to do something to them.
When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you, but it doesn't necessarily make anything... It doesn't say anything else.
You cast this, and I think you just have to hope that it worked. You can make an insight check if you'd like.
I would like very much. It's a 22.
22 is great. You see as the archer, who had already knocked an arrow and is like standing at the ready, kind of like slackens a little bit and releases some tension in their shoulders. You see no discernible change in Dushana at all.
Okay.
She's still just leaning on her quarterstaff.
I'm going to do the same thing that the archer did and like look like I've visibly relaxed and be like, Okay, so it seems like we all just want the same thing here. I don't see why there should be any conflict. So, do you mind grabbing the dinghy before it gets away?
She turns to the archer and nods, and he grabs it, and the two behind her like pull it back up out of the reach of the waves. And she's like, "Wonderful. I'm glad to do business."
Are we? I looked to you and Alvy. Are we good?
Alvy looks untrusting. He doesn't say anything, but his eyes are locked on Dushana, and I think same as Utter with your passive insight, you can see that he looks like he's scared of her.
I'm sticking still to the back.
Make a deception check.
I would say I'm not gonna make you roll for it because I think like you would lock in before anybody else. My hand is on Ilvermyr.
Got it.
That's such a cool name.
Oh,
Natural 20. Saoirse, all of the glow from your hair is in your eyes as you have the hood pulled up. And you see Brody, as you look back, you look at Alvier, who looks like nervous and a little bit frightened, but at the ready for a fight to break out any second. And then you see Saoirse, who is a dark shadow with two glowing orange rings and her hand on the hilt of her sword.
No, I don't think Sonder summoned.
I'm gonna say, you guys saw the large dread back there, right? I think that we should probably hurry up and get in the boat. And, Alvy, can you mend it really quickly?
Yeah, are we sure about this?
I'll go with you.
Okay. And he's going to step forward. Thalos takes everybody walks very slowly. Dushana casually just takes a couple of steps back and motions at the boat as Alvier leans down and does cast mending. And you watch as there's some charring that kind of flakes off, and he has to summon some wood from the beach. He digs beneath the stones and summons a strange flat plant that looks very plank-like, and breaks it off, and he's gonna affix that essentially to the boat. And you can see a couple of stems grow off of it and sprout leaves, as well as there's this little bit of living wood patching it. But it is once again seaworthy.
How far can you teleport?
30 feet.
How many people can fit?
I'm asking very quietly to Alvy.
Yeah.
Well, I think you'd be able to see, right? In the dinghy?
Yeah.
2 to 4 adults. We'll say this one could fit. Well, this would be a little bit larger because you guys all traveled in it as a group. So this one can hold up to 6 people.
Can you swim?
I can swim.
Pretty cold.
And dark. Keep in mind, this is not like swimming in the ocean. This is like swimming in ink.
But we can see
Wait,
your
why?
ship, right?
Because the umbral sea is pitch black. Would you use the captain of said vessel? And Thalos kind of looks at you and he's like, that would be me, technically. She's like, wonderful. Well, looks like it's only going to fit about 6 of us. I think it's only fair that each of us leave a couple behind. And we'll take it in 2 shifts. Yeah?
I think Thalos, the children, and one other person should go initially, and then the dinghy can come back and get the rest. So whoever else can pilot the dinghy will be the one to bring it back.
Excellent.
I mean,
Cruiser, you'll go with the children and the strapping fellow.
Who's Cruza?
She turns and the one with the dagger, who you can see also looks like they look human, but they have a strange, almost feline nature to their eyes.
Well,
I
that's
think-
your archer. They would be able to help us if anything attacks us on the shore from long distance.
Don't worry, I'll be here to help you if anything attacks.
I think I'd be more comfortable sending Brody with the first people, and then you can bring the dinghy back, and we can all leave it together.
Perfect.
His parents are fishermen.
Wonderful. So, Brody, was it? We'll send you with Cruiser and the children. And your captain.
No, there's 4 children.
well,
I guess children don't
We're
take up
sending
as much
some from
space.
both of our groups to the ship. You're not leaving us on this fucking shore.
Well,
all right?
We're gonna be here.
You can be here breathing, or you can be here dead. Which do you prefer?
Let's not talk about that.
And you see this like crazed look in her eye.
Let's,
Alvir takes a step back.
before we send the kids, we need people from both sides on the boat, and we need people from both sides coming back.
Hang on.
So,
Can
you with the bow.
We don't need anyone from my side coming back.
Do you
Fine.
do you have any like what is paint the picture for me? Who is next to the dinghy currently?
It's still surrounded on all sides. So Dushana's kind of standing to the front of it, or rather to the back of it. Its nose is pointed out to sea. Alvir was kneeling next to Dushana as he fixed it and has taken stood up and taken a step back. Cruza is on one side and the archer is on the other.
I am going to cast thaumaturgy to make it sound like that massive dread is right there in the forest and coming towards the beach, like it's heard
But
us.
they can see you cast that too, right?
It's a verbal component.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Okay, make a deception check.
I wish I could add guidance to myself. I should have done that. That's a 12.
What is everyone's passive insight?
I don't know if that's ever come up.
Passive perception?
Passive insight.
Insight.
It'll be 8 plus your insight score,
11.
No proficiency?
if you're proficient with insight.
12.
11, 12,
13.
13. Saoirse and Magnus, both of you see as Arik kind of like goes up to scratch their face and whispers a component, and then you hear that roar. Brody, you hear dreads coming from the shoreline behind you.
I want to pretend to like.
Let's go, let's go. Talos, you, me, and the guy with the dagger. Kids.
Kids don't take up as much space. You probably fit all of them.
All right.
I'm
Steve,
gonna like try to like somehow slow them down, but like look like I'm panicking and see if oh god, what's her name?
Dushana.
Dushana and the group, like if they just try to take off with the boat.
Okay, make an insight check. Or this would be perception, I guess. No, it would be insight. It would be insight.
16?
You see Dushana smirks at you and takes a step to the side as you reach out to stop 4 kids and 2 adults. And they kind of like, the kids also, one of them screams and they're like trying to run. You can try and make a grapple check if you want to actually stop them. Otherwise, they're rushing for the boat.
I mean, we want the kids in the boat. Put the kids in the boat.
Yeah.
No, we fucking
No,
don't.
we want the kids in the boat.
Because we want the boat to sink.
Why do we want the... What?
The kids are rushing onto the boat.
When did that come up?
As you see Cruza starts like holding it as everyone's loading up. Dushana gets to the side and is like, okay, so I guess get ready to fight, everyone. We're going to start pushing the ship out. You're getting on, Brody, right? Aboard. And Brody, Thalos, and the children and Cruza get on the ship as it starts being pulled out to sea. Dushana gives like a good push as Cruza and Thalos will be on the other side, get it out and well floating onto the waves. Dushana takes a step back and kind of like scans the tree line, and she's like, must have been a false alarm.
Except that, would it have been loud enough for that thing to hear?
Let's find out. Make a luck check. You want
No.
you want
Do
a
we want?
you want a well, you tell me. Do you want something to come out from the forest line? Is that what Arik is hoping for?
Not originally.
In this moment.
I don't know what journey we've gone on now.
You said make a wisdom check?
You're gonna make a luck check.
I make a luck check.
This is a luck check to decide if something's coming out of that tree line. I'm trying to decide if you want that, then it's gonna be a high DC. If you don't want that, it's gonna be a lower DC.
I'm trying to figure out what Arix is doing.
I feel like something happened over there at Chaos Table. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what I want at this point. Fuck. Hang on.
Roll and find out.
Yeah. Okay, I don't want it to happen.
Okay, then this is going to be a luck check. On a 12 or higher, something will approach.
It's a 4.
I think, Arik, your heart drops for a moment as you turn, and there's like a part of you that's hoping, and a part of you that's desperately hoping not. Some small part of you from your childhood still cowering in a bell tower is hoping that nothing comes out of that tree line. And I think there's a little bit of a sense of relief as it doesn't. The dinghy makes it out onto the sea where the oars are then pulled out and start rowing towards the ship. Dushana turns and calls out, and she's like, Cruiser, if anything happens or they try anything with you, kill the kids. And now we wait. What does this tense situation look like over the next couple of minutes as we'll start on the shore as Magnus, Saoirse, Alvi, and Arik and Sieve remain, along with Dushana and her archer friend, who still looks like pretty chill at like everything that's going on. Aside from that, they did jump a little bit at the thaumaturgy, but since nothing has appeared, they kind of like slacken and relax a little bit. What are each of you doing over the next couple of minutes? Dushana stands tall, like one arm kind of crossed with the other holding the quarterstaff and is just kind of like leaning on it and casually looking over all of you. At this point, you notice that there's a lot of like dried blood across the front of her and caked onto the quarterstaff as well.
How many of us are
Sid.
left on the shore?
The three of you and Sieve and Alfie.
And
There's
and
5 of you
the
and then
bow
2
guy.
of them.
So there's 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna look Duchamp
What
up and down.
do I read from you?
Make an insight check with disadvantage because you're on a ship going out to sea.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Before that,
maybe
too.
when he gets back.
I think that's 15.
15 is good, so he can read something from you. What does he get?
Duchamp ain't getting on that boat.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back on the shore, Dushana's just kind of like looking over everyone, and she's like, "There's no
The
reason."
kids. They're with the kids.
Yeah.
You're also
You're
with
with
the
the
kids.
I'm not doing
Yeah.
anything right now.
I'm just like looking at Shanna and I kind of smirk back. I'm like, why are you trying to get off of this island? I thought you had everything that you wanted now.
It was never about taking back Gloamshore. It was about ending the Exardescans. Now, I'm done with this rock. It's a hellhole, a cesspit. If there is a world out there, civilization to get back to, I'd like to see it.
What are your plans when you get back?
Well, got a few friends that I never found their bodies, so I hope they made it off after the incursion during the Ember Flare. I'd like to track them down. I think I'd start there. Maybe see if I can find my mother.
Who's your mother?
Is it Alvy's sister?
No.
She's Alvy's aunt.
aunt, so it'd be Alvy's.
Her mother would be
Oh,
Alvy's
Alvy's grandmother? Okay.
Sister.
Her name's Ingrid.
Did we take an Ingrid off this island?
Make a history check. This was a long time ago.
Oh, like before?
15 years ago, yeah.
I wasn't sure if she came with us.
You're not sure.
Can I try to remember?
Sure.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, you remember that there were a couple of Ingrids among the survivors.
There were a couple of
One of them was younger, one of them was a little bit older.
Ingrids that left originally.
You see like genuine relief as she's like, that's wonderful. That's wonderful news.
I'll try to
She
soak
would
up
have
some.
left you behind if that was the case.
We got separated.
A lot of families did.
Yeah.
It was, again, hell on earth, and remained that way for about 15 years outside the walls.
If I can picture the faces of the Ingrids, can I try to sketch them real quick?
Yeah, make a Make a performance check with disadvantage
Oh boy.
to try and draw the face of a woman that you saw 15 years ago when you were a child.
Who? Okay.
Am I on the boat now?
So that's a 3.
A 3? Yeah. Yeah, you guys arrive. Thalos climbs up some rigging to the side and hoists down a hook that you use to put onto a bar that goes across the dinghy, and he starts like turning a crank that hoists the dinghy up as you guys get out onto the ship. What are you doing, Brody?
I go back.
Okay. Thalos is like, I will wait here and keep an eye on the children. He turns and he's like, come, we have a big table downstairs with some dice that you can throw. And all the kids are like, okay. Takes them. Cruza follows very closely behind.
But they go below deck?
Actually, yeah, Cruza's going to stay up as
Yeah.
Thalos takes the children below.
Even better.
Wild. Okay.
You get back on the dinghy.
Yep.
Thalos leads the children downstairs, closes the door. He's like, I will join you in just a moment. And he's going to stay up and set the dinghy back down into the water as Brody, you begin rowing back to shore. In the time that Brody is rowing back to the shore, is it like tense silence is totally viable unless there's anything that you guys want to do or say.
Tense silence.
I'll say, can you tell me everything that's happened since we left? I'm just gonna have her talking the whole time while I write it all down.
Oh, I'm listening.
You know, surprisingly, it hasn't been incredibly eventful other than a daily fight for survival. Met a strange old man who looked young, named Petra, bit of a kook. And he was very close with Alvir and the other Luxons. And that woman, Maeve, she really set herself as a god priest of Exardeska in the city and ruled with a burning fist and killed whoever it was most convenient for her to kill.
I'm pretty sure I haven't given, nobody can tell who or what I am.
No, your deception check from earlier was great. She has not put together who you are.
I'll just, as she's talking about this, I'll just kind of it's impressive what you did back there. People have been trying to do that for, Alvi, how long have people been fighting against that lady?
Alvy's like, the better part of probably 12 or 13 years.
12 or 13 years.
While
did it.
I'm rowing back, can I summon Sonder, at the bottom, like on the floor of the boat?
Yeah. He slips out from a cut at your ankle and forms on the bottom of the digging.
Gross.
For somebody who's had a really quick temper there for a moment, and was threatening to drop you all if she had to, she's very casual in her recollection of all the things that happened. And most of it is just, living life outside of the walls, constant nomadic movement to not be overrun by dreads, but having to fight dreads pretty much daily, eventually coming to a plan of how to get back at the Exardeskans and the rift that drove between her and Alvi and the half of the Luxons, the other people banished to live outside, and how they split off from there. And she started setting her machinations in motion. She met some Fellmen and paid them to plant some Kesso charges that she came across and developed in the lumber mill. And they did so, and it went off, and she used the leftover to blast open the gates.
So, just sitting, listening to her describe all of this stuff for this period of time, and also seeing her reaction earlier where she looked like she was on the verge of violence, does it seem like she is motivated by fear in a way that will be assuaged when we get on the ship, or does it seem like she's motivated by a violent psychopathy that we can't really get around one way or the other?
Make an insight check with advantage as you get her talking.
16. Oh, with advantage.
Did you have
Natural 20.
disadvantage?
Sorry, I was thinking.
I was like, what?
Natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Having -4 to insight.
So 25.
Four?
Magnus, I think you get a really good insight into Dushana in this moment, in that she talks a little bit about how before all of this went down, she actually lived in Tarstrand, where Alvy's side of the family was in Gloamshore, and her husband was a baker, and he died in the original incursion of the Ember Flare, and she led a small group of survivors to Gloamshore, which by that time Maeve had already lit her beacon, and it was keeping dreads out, and they were let in, and it seemed very much like she was a woman who became violent as a necessity, but sometimes loses control. She doesn't seem overly malicious towards your group, but she also does not seem like it would hurt her conscience at all to kill all of you and take your ship.
We're children.
Or children, if it means getting what she wants to get out of here. But I think also on that natural 20, you know that it doesn't have to end that way. Mm-hmm. You could very well just take her with you.
Like, yeah, do I think that if we take her with us and like nobody starts a fight that it'll be okay? And then she won't be a homicidal maniac when she gets on shore?
I think you think that's really possible.
Okay.
But I think you think that's really possible looking at her, and then you look around your group at Alvy and Saoirse, and the percentage goes down a little bit. Based on the looks on their faces.
I'm going to row up to shore again, and I'll just say, 2 from us, 1 from you.
All right.
That's only 4 people on that dinghy. We can fit 6.
2 from us, one from you.
All right.
We've got 4 left. They've got 2. Right?
Should we stay and then you and Alvy go?
All right.
Works for me.
Calavir, hitch a ride.
And you're staying?
What about Steve? Steve
Oh,
staying
yeah.
too?
Or Steve?
And Steve too.
Did Steve already go with the kids? Or
No, Steve.
No,
Oh,
she's
I
stuck.
forgot
Steve
about
too.
Steve.
All right.
Steve can go. She's not affiliated with either of us or both of us. I'm not clear.
Dushana kind of like looks at her and
She doesn't want to hear about
cocks
what she's
an eyebrow.
already seen, but I do.
Steve doesn't make eye contact, but Dushana's like, all right. On your way then. Alvir's like, you're all good to stay here?
Well, I'm coming
You're
with.
going.
Come with?
Yeah.
All right.
And Albie, right? And the 2 y'all are staying, right?
We'll stay with.
So it'll be the 3 of you and Dushana
hate this.
as the Alvi and Calavir, the archer.
The worst combination.
Yeah, a couple archers on either side pull the dinghy back out and start rowing back towards the ship.
I'm looking at you again.
Mm-hmm.
Do I read anything?
Well, I don't feel the way that Magnus feels.
I'm gonna say. out
Yeah, yeah,
loud,
yeah.
Like as soon as the dinghy's leaving, I'm gonna be like, I'm really confident that if we all just try to get along, this will work out okay.
I agree.
And I say that with full earnestness.
Yeah.
You know, there is something you should probably know before you get back to the mainland.
Right.
There are other Exardiscan churches.
Do they also burn people at the stake in the town square?
I'm not sure yet.
Not that I've seen.
Well, if it's
So-
a problem that needs solving, it's a problem that'll get solved.
They might do things a little more surreptitiously. We're investigating that.
There's also, you know, other people like Maeve and her following out there. Is that going to be a problem?
Well, when you say like Maeve, you mean
That-
Genasi, not...
They look like Maeve.
Yeah, like people who look like Maeve but aren't necessarily Exardescan.
No, I have no qualm. I hold no issue with people based on the way that they were born or changed by the Ember Flare. It's merely how they try to toss around that, and those who find themselves above others for reasons none other than because they were born so.
I think
In
we
my
can
eyes,
agree
people
that's
are-
true, right? We can agree that's the best way to look at
Do I
things.
believe her?
Make an insight check. In my eyes, we're all born equal, and it's our choices that decide where we go.
Oh, nat 20.
Natural 20? No, you think she's being honest, actually. I think there's a weird, like, this lady is definitely a little off her rocker, for sure. She's done some terrible things to people, but she thinks that she had to. And there's some kind of odd there's some kind of odd disconnect in her mind of like who she was before and the values and morality that she had before, and then the things that she's viewing herself as had to do because of circumstance. But that, I mean, perfectly plays into what she's saying, which is that people are not born better than anyone else. They do what they do because they were products of their environment.
There's something. If, you know, it's a couple days travel, we're all gonna be stuck on a boat together.
Right?
You can't keep threatening children. Can't do it. We're gonna have to stop it here on this shore.
Right. As long as we're all safely on the ship and no one tries anything funny, then I see no need for anyone to have to get hurt. Enough blood has been shed on this day.
I agree.
She kind of like looks down, she's like, enough for a lifetime. At about this time, the dinghy arrives back at the ship. Alvir climbs up, hoists it up, Ilvermyr. You see the figure Cruza is there on the deck and has her dagger out and is just kind of like spinning it on the railing of the ship.
How do I feel about... Oh, he's over there. Sorry.
But you can still get a vibe from him, right?
Based on the interactions we've had so far, okay, so we're thinking that this lady, albeit needing some sort of medication,
Yeah.
is probably safe to be around others, I guess. What about her friends?
They're harder to read.
Nobody's too hard for me to read.
I think everyone that you've seen in this woman's orbit is afraid of her. But a lot of that isn't like, with these two in particular, it's not like we have to do what she says or she's gonna kill us. It's more like that was a thought process a long time ago, and since then they've come on board. Sieve is different because Sieve was there and said that, you know, she wasn't differentiating between targets and that was the last straw for her, so she saved these kids. The others don't seem to have had any qualms about it. Who is rowing back to the shore for the final pickup?
Me.
Okay. Do you and Ilvermyr share any words before you leave?
Whatever you think.
That's it.
Okay. And you start rowing back. There's more tense quiet on the shore as the dinghy returns. And Brody, you arrive back at the shore. And Deshauna walks over and helps you pull the dinghy up and turns to the two of you. And she's like, after you.
Please, I couldn't. You've had a long day.
And without turning her back to you, she just kind of steps over the side and takes a seat.
What do I read from you?
I think it'll be okay.
All right, cool.
I hop in.
Yeah, you do so.
I'm obviously like anxious and just watching everyone.
Yeah. There's a moment of like awkwardness before Deshauna's like, oh, how rude of me. She like hops out and starts helping drag the boat back into the water.
On the ship, I'm like, Steve, you know the children. You can go tend to them downstairs.
Yes. And she quickly goes down. Thalos comes up shortly after.
Okay, so Thalos, me, and Alvi are up there with the two.
Cruza and Calavir.
Gotcha. And we're just just gonna lean on the deck and watch everything.
Cruza is eyes on you, and Calavir the archer is eyes on the shore and watching the boat come. They still have their bow. They just kind of like have their bow in hand. They're not like drawing and ready or anything. They're just like, it's not wrapped around them or anything. It's easy to access if needed. Do you guys try to pull some shit on the dinghy?
No.
Okay. Dushana helps row as you guys make your way back. She's got one oar, as Brody's got the other. You get back to the ship. Thalos once again tosses the hook down, raises it up, and you all find yourselves back safely, as it were, on the tusked whale.
Right on. Headed back to Lokvara, where we can dump all these clowns.
Where we can dump.
I think we should take shifts, keeping an eye on Siva and the kids.
Obviously.
And if they try anything, kill them.
I don't think anyone's going to try anything.
I'm not talking to you.
I
wrote Brothy. He'll kill.
kill them.
Do I?
You don't. You said to kill them.
Dushana walks over and is also having a chat with her companions. If anybody cares to stand near enough to hear them, you can. Probably not the two of you, because you're having this quiet conversation of your own at this time.
I think I'm gonna like try to get Alvi on his own and be like, if you're truly worried, once we get back to Lokvara, you can let the guards know what she's done here, and she can be tried for her crimes if you want.
Yes.
That's what we were going to do with Maeve. So
If we might use the aid of your Seeker's edicts to get another audience with someone associated with the crown, at least, I think I would like to take it as high up the chain as I can.
we can definitely try.
Aside from the Genasi, did we see anyone else that was murdered? Any kids, anything like...
Oh, I mean, there were tons of bodies. Most of them looked like nobility, but make a luck check. I'll say the lower the roll, the worse the things were that you saw.
Oh boy.
11.
11? Yeah, there were definitely civilians killed, but mostly they looked like wealthy civilians. You, on an 11, you didn't see any bodies of, like, kids.
Kids. Okay.
But there's only 4 left, so take what you will from that.
We rescued a lot of the others.
Very true.
They don't know anything about Hush, so I'm going to have Hush keep an eye on them, like surreptitiously on the ship.
Okay, do you listen through Hush's ears as they're conversing?
No, but I am going to have Hush report to me every once in a while if he heard them say anything interesting or
Yeah,
shocking
absolutely.
or anything.
Yeah, we'll say as you weigh anchor and set sail, Hush flutters back to your shoulder eventually and is like, it sounds like Dushana is telling them to behave themselves. The archer fellow with the bow came out and said that there was some sort of a strange magics at play, and that he found himself very amicable towards the tall one. I assume he means the one who can speak my language. But Dushana told him not to act on that or get any vengeance, and that they're going to behave themselves. And the one with the little knife said, at least until we get to shore, correct? To which Dushana did not reply, but she just walked away.
Okay.
So
We'll feed him a little bit of meat.
Yeah,
are we
gulps it down happily.
keeping it quiet that was your mom?
Oh, I haven't taken my hood off.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys
Mum's the word.
take shifts, keeping eyes on your new traveling companions and set sail for Lokvara for another couple of days' travel, that's where we're going to end this season of the Sparkwind Chronicles.
Fuck, dude.
Tense. Chaos.
You
Hey.
want to kill people?
Seriously turned on a dime.
That was the season finale?
Yeah.
feel like-
Well, I mean, based on a lot of action.
That could have been a big fight with
Yeah.
some dangerous
Right.
people.
I was like, at
Keep
least we
rolling.
need to get to Mrazek and stuff. Oh, man.
Episode 1, season 2.
Ugh.
That was tough. That was tough for me to roleplay a lot of. It's not very often that I get to roleplay somebody who's like mad and shows it. You know,
Yeah.
it was kind of fun.
I should have rolled for that fucking dread to come. I regret that. I regret that a lot.
I don't regret that at all. I don't want to fight a dread. It
would've-
would've chaos. What? What is the
We started.
plan that
Yeah.
erupted to sink the boat?
Yeah, because if all three of them are in the